Straits is one of the best live performing bands I've seen so far on this channel. They seem to be able to transform a lot of their music when they play it live. I think it's because they're such fantastic musicians individually. They're able to kind of add this new energy and improvise within these live performances and transform these songs. But these performances have been from this Alchemy set, this one Alchemy set that's been brilliant, where I've watched Sultans of Swing and Telegraph Road, but this is from something different. This is from an historic event of Nelson Mandela's 70th birthday tribute in Wembley, London. So this took place in 1988. This is actually a requested track by Peter, who wanted me to watch this performance of this track, Brothers in Arms, where I've listened to the studio version now, and I'm curious to see what they do, because as I was saying, they're fantastic live. So let's see what they do with this one. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, here we go. This is Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms, the 70th birthday tribute performance for Nelson Mandela. I didn't put this in the intro, but Eric Clapton is in this. He's playing the guitar as part of the live performance, so that should be cool to check out too. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe, join our awesome community. We do plenty of videos just like this one. Let's get this started.
Thanks for having us. One humanity, one justice.
I think it's a really great, fitting song for Nelson Mandela, man. The idea of fighting with your brother and being connected through that.
These mist going round. Oh, home now for me. But my home is alone and always will be. Someday you'll return.
Great synths in the back.
Your valleys and fun, and you'll no longer burn to their brothers in arms.
I think he often does a great job of making you feel what he's singing. You know, I in terms of having the typical rock voice, or like a typical voice for a lead singer, I don't think he has that. It's a very deep baritone voice, but you still hear a lot of his emotion come through, and I really like that. You know, this is a sad tribute kind of track to your brother in arms, and that comes through so well in his voice. He sounds sorrowful.
Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I witness your suffering. As the battle reached high, and though they did hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers in arms.
Clapton and Knopfler together. It's a good combo. Can't wait to hear him come in.
There's so many.
This is also the era of like giant live performances, right? I think of like the Metallica stuff, the Metallica concert in like, I think it was 89 or 91 maybe. A million people came and showed up.
Different world. So many different songs. We have just one world, but we live in different ones.
Very fitting lyrics for the moment. We have just one world, but very different ones.
Now the sun's gone to hell. You got the moon riding high. Let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die. What is written in the starlight?
Unbelievably emotional guitar notes.
And every light in your palm, where fools do make walk on our broken arm.
There he is. It's unbelievable how emotive his guitar is. It makes you feel every kind of twist and turn that kind of relationship would have, right? Someone who you shared a battlefield with, the guilt, perhaps, the sadness, the remorse. You feel all of it. You can see it on his face as well. great performance, man. Okay, couple things to say about that one. One is the fact that how important it is to kind of feel the emotion of the track that you're supposed to convey. Because when you look at Knopfler's face, I think it reveals the fact that he just went through that journey of the song, right? And I think that helps you really nail that performance. For example, you know, I've seen performances of Kurt Cobain. Now, this is when he was, of course, on heroin, but he's singing very kind of soul-wrenching lyrics, but he's smiling and he's goofing off, and then there's a disconnect. And he had a couple of performances like that, but of course he was dealing with a drug problem. But that's just an example, right? You want to live out the emotion of the track in your performance. And then secondly, I'd say is about the way that these two guys play guitar. Now, I think there's like two different styles of like great guitar players. There's like the guitar god, which is like maybe like Jimi Hendrix is a good example, or like Stevie Ray Vaughan, who are like these guitar gods, or like Jimmy Page is another good example of that. And then there's like the consummate bluesman, or just a consummate guitar player. And I think of someone like Mark Knopfler, Eric Clapton, or even a Keith Richards, you know, a true blues man. I saw a quote about Keith Richards where he said, even to this day, when he opens up a guitar case, there's just the smell of the guitar in the guitar case. He could put himself in the case, close the lid, and die a happy man. Like he's clearly got a love for the thing in a different way. So I'd say like Knopfler is more on the musician side of things. You know, he's not got that guitar god image, but just a brilliant guitar player. I couldn't pick out what part was Clapton, what part was Knopfler, but it was fantastic, man. It's fantastic. It's cool to see like an understated performance where it's like he's one of the best guitar players ever, and he's just like he's okay to just be there, just playing his song. He doesn't want the spotlight. That was pretty cool, man. Thanks to Peter for showing me this track, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.